Okay, so we're back with the. It's good that no one jumped through my window. I know, see, I was just talking about, giving an example about Osama bin Laden and how we should not believe anyone says, because we don't know Osama bin Laden and other, characters throughout history that people have told us, oh, this person's bad or this person bad. For example, someone comes and tells you so and so is this horrible, horrible person, right? They keep telling you day and day and day and day and day and day and day. You meet him, day and day. You know what? Let's say Johnny. Johnny is the horrible character. He's just an oppressor and he's the worst person. And for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you keep hearing the same thing from this person, from many people, over and over again. And then finally you get to meet Johnny. You see Johnny, and what's your first impression? And when you see him, what's going to come to your mind? Obviously that Johnny is this horrible character, right? Am I right or wrong? Obviously. This is psychologically proven. This is a repetition effect. This is something that you're being conditioned with, right? Condition and stimuli. You're always being told the same thing till you believe it. But you actually get to spend some time with Johnny, and you speak to Johnny, and you find that, you know what? He's not a bad guy. Johnny's not a bad guy. Johnny's actually a cool guy. He's a nice guy. Hey, Johnny, no, hey, it's not truth what they said about Johnny. They're actually jealous of Johnny. They actually wanted to set up Johnny. They didn't want you to be with Johnny, to spend some time with Johnny, to get to know Johnny. And then you question yourself, what's the motive? That's what my next thing is. What's the motive behind things? What's the motive why people lie? And I have to say that they want to satisfy an agenda of their own. For example, 9/11, okay? Why are you inciting people to violence? 9/11, right? Who did 9/11? People might be like, oh, right away, Muslims. Oh, Osama bin Laden. Oh. But then, 2 points keep in mind. If Osama bin Laden did 9/11, why did US invade Iraq? Hello? Okay, let's say Osama didn't do 9/11. Why did USA blame Osama? Then why did they invade Iraq? Not somewhere else. Osama's supposed to be in Iraq? I thought it was in like Afghanistan or something. So please question this. Second thing, go to Google video or YouTube, and type in loose change, like loose change money, okay, and you'll find a series of videos, or 9/11, or plane crash site, or all these, okay, these videos. These are done by a lot of things, like like the American Association of Engineers, and a lot of information is taken from the companies that built the Twin Towers, and the companies that were dealing with designing it and other things, and the metal that was used. And you wonder, I was wondering, like, how come these buildings collapsed in like less than an hour or something like that? What was the difference? I don't exactly remember, but it was under 2 hours that both collapsed, right? Where did the planes hit? Like the 93rd floor or somewhere high anyway, right? And then the whole building went. So then you look and you wonder, how come? And then I did a research, and I looked into those videos and a lot of the other things that I checked out. And of course, I don't want to contradict myself. Like, people be like, oh, but look, you watch TV and. No, these people show proof, okay? And they're interviewing the people who built the structure, and they feel like it's unfair that everyone's like, oh, your thing collapsed, and the fuel was so hot and it melted the metal. Come on, you kidding me? Do you know that the Empire State Building burned for so much more time than the Twin Towers? Not just that, many other buildings burned for more than that. They were built out of less solid metal and structure than the Twin Towers. And the Twin Towers were designed to handle an impact of a very, very big plane, like a Boeing. Okay, that's how they're designed. So go see these videos. And then I wonder, like, how come they collapse like that? It's like, when you see demolition on TV, you find that what they do, the engineers would dynamite the foundation, and you wonder, like, hold on, how come it just collapsed? Like, the planes hit so high and then everything just collapsed. You want to question yourself, what really happened there? What really, 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 really happened on September 11th? Who was responsible for that? Who had access to what to put the dynamite or whatever explosive in the foundation? Who did the planes cause the crashing, or something else happen? Look into it, please, look into it. Look, you owe it to yourself. You owe it. You really, really, really owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to see and to hear what the firefighters used to say when they're high up and they're like, oh, I think we can contain the fires. Where is the fire spread through? How come, where's the fuel leaking and the metal melting? When these people are up there, they're working and nothing's wrong? Come on. And then we're hearing explosions. And so please look into these videos. And then with these, they invaded Iraq after, right? And they did not find not even one mass destruction weapon. Not even one, my brothers and sisters, not one. So again, we want to question the motives. What was really behind this? And I'm sure now any person would know that it was the oil and a lot of other things that, war was good for the economy. The economy is going down at the time, and actually war is good for the economy. As you know, there was a lot of contracts for rebuilding Iraq, so-called. But what happened actually? U.S. went into Iraq, and I know people from Iraq, and this sectarian violence and this and that. No, there was no problem before. Okay, Saddam was this and that. They say, do I know it? Okay, fine, I'll give it to you. Fine, I'm a fair man, I'll give it to you. Saddam was bad. Okay, whatever. But the Sunnis and the Shias, for example, when you say sectarian violence, and I'll explain some difference in Sunni and Shia later on and everything. But people used to even marry between each other. I have friends who come from there, and like, we had no problems. Not what goes on right now. People are kidnapping each other and killing each other. Bodies everywhere. Thousands of people die, millions by now. Hundreds of thousands of children and women. So what happened since U.S. went into Iraq? Only worse things happened. It was worse. It's worse than at Saddam's rule. Only what they did, they sparked, they burned, they lit a fire between these two, the Sunni and Shia, between the Muslims, between the people of Iraq, and they let him go at it. And you know what? That's what happened. That's the truth. Look into it. Look what happened. How the condition of Iraq before and the condition of Iraq now. So how do you say to someone, well, I love you and I want you to have capitalism and democracy, but I'm bombing the thing out of you. Well, we love you and that's why we bomb you. Come on, man. We kill you. We love you. We want to free you, so we're gonna kill you. No, that's not right. So please look into that. Question that. The motive behind the Lebanon war. Why U.S. and England, why they supported Israel, what's going on in Israel, what happened in the history of Israel. Please look at it. Look for another video. Propaganda. Okay, just type propaganda and you'll find the Promised Land. Propaganda, the Promised Land, and you'll find on Google Video or YouTube, and you'll find a very, very amazing video. It's about an hour and something. It's done by Jewish, Orthodox Jews who are against the Israeli occupation. Please, it's not my Muslims. So I'm going to try to use a lot of non-Muslim sources to prove some of my points so you don't think that, he's biased, right? So please check that out and we'll talk about that again later.